Welcome to our tech corner.
How about now?
What, right now or just then?
Just in general.
So right now.
Now, yeah.
Which was just then.
Change the font again. Come on, we've got time.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Graham. I play Samander, a lovely half-elf cleric.
Thank you, Sam. Swapper.
I'm Swapper. I'm playing Kai. He's currently transforming into a werewolf.
Thank
That's the
you.
only thing you need to know.
Lady Dame.
Hi! I'm Lady Dame. I play Pris, the Disney princess that's masquerading as a tiefling.
Wild. Yes, that is who you are playing today. I keep having to check if you're a halfling or a gnome. Hello, my name is Anique. I am DMing for this wonderful group of people who really don't make me facepalm as much. Oh, Wild, they can't hear you.
Oh, whoops, I muted myself. Yes.
Would you like to redo your introduction, Wild?
Wild engineer, will be halfling warlock. There we go.
Beautiful, thank you. So I've had a day. I fell flat on my face yesterday. Lots of things are fucked up, and I'm on pain meds. So we're gonna see how well this goes, and we're taking some extra breaks. I don't think we technically need a content warning, but we're gonna do some PvPing maybe, possibly today. Players are aware of this. And before anybody would like to start rules lawyering, Swapper and I looked at lycanthropy in D&D 5th edition, went, wow, that is the most boring thing I've seen in my entire life. We grabbed a completely different TTRPG system, ripped the rules out of it, homebrewed the fuck out of it, and slapped them on Kai. So you're going to see a lot of werewolf shit from something called the Grim Hollow Campaign Guide with some tweaks. It's going to be fun. Let's see. And then we're going to need a brief recap. And I'm going to regret all of this because they were talking about this before we started and I know what they're focusing on. But please, Graham, take it away.
Wow, it's been so long since I, Samander, have done a recap. I bet you don't even remember my voice. But last week, we had a wonderful team talk where Welby said that they felt very hurt that we lied to them. Now that they have their memories back, and that was unfortunate, and I get why they're upset. We did lie. And then the Wanderers of Love and Hope of Affenwin, our group, I sent a sending spell to Rizalga, one of the Fae we helped out in Affenwin, and they told us that Welby's patron and the person who has changed my outfit and put a lark on it is from the Court of the Lark in the Feywild. They're known as Blue Tongue, and they're a shapeshifter, and they're a mischief maker, and you're not supposed to deal with them. And so, of course, we have to prepare for that. So what we did is we set up some code words so that we can't be tricked, which was wonderful. Then I sent my mom, and, that didn't go great at all. But, I'm an adventurer now, and she has to deal with that. So anyways, as we're traveling to the seaboard town, we realized that the full moon was coming up, and Kai said, hey, I'm going to be turning into a werewolf for the first time. You should come with me. So here I am, traipsing in the forest to help my friend. Sure hope nothing bad happens. Did I miss anything?
Nothing important.
What's our call sign?
I don't know.
No. That call sign is a great big secret, and you can never say it out loud unless you're actually checking, because who knows who's listening.
Please buy
Send
me crits
help.
for that wonderful recap.
So from
Please
that
send help.
introduction, we go to a very dramatic scene. Thank you for making it very easy on my role playing.
Yes. I mean, I feel pretty dramatic right now.
You always feel dramatic.
It's true. It's a way of life. After that wonderful recap, we will just... Oh God, Graham, what is the next NPC?
No.
Bartholomew. I mean, you're
Actually
third
wasn't
in
here for
line
that.
because I still have 2 from last time. So you'll be after Madison and Astley. Anyway, Chris and Welby are back at camp.
Sure are.
Sure are safely away from these nice dark woods where Sam is, I think we established, about 20 feet away from Kai, who had just finished describing their transformation last time and was fully transformed, not a hybrid form, but fully transformed, and was very much aware of the amount of blood rushing through Sam's veins and the thudding of Sam's heart and just how rapidly Sam's breathing. Can I have a will save, Kai?
Will save, that's from
We
4E.
can have a wisdom save.
Technically it's on Pathfinder,
20.
but you know what I mean.
Unnatural, but a 20.
Nice. Sam. There's
Do
a
I have to
very
wear
large.
clothes?
No, you don't have to roll anything, but there's a very large wolf in the clearing right now. That still looks a
Wonderful.
little grumpy and antisocial.
Yeah, that's just Kai though. Good thing I don't have to roll wisdom saves for fireballs. Kai, are you still there? Are you okay?
It takes a while, but the wolf nods.
Do you want me to stay here, or do you want to go off and, go to the wild side?
The wolf gets closer.
Is it threateningly closer?
I mean, maybe?
I mean, like, is it like fangs extended, like teeth bared? I think Sam has been around Kai in their dog form enough to
Fair
know, like, hostile aggression signs versus, hey, I'm also frightened of this thing that's happening.
Yeah, it looks more frightened than aggressive, but then again, it just looks generally pissed.
That's fair. I don't move. I'll let Kai come a little bit closer.
They look at Sam. Very much in this, I don't know what to do now way.
Well, I don't have any rations with me because I probably left my bag at camp. It's going to be all right, Kai. Everything is going to be all right. I'm here.
Kai, can you roll me a perception check with advantage?
Was waiting.
I would love to.
What did you say, Kai or Sam?
I said Kai, but Sam
Oh.
is. I don't know how much attention Sam is paying to the surroundings.
I mean, I have a passive of 14.
Fair.
That's what is math? 24.
24. Sam isn't the only living thing around. There's a lot of motion in the area. A lot of irregular animals. There's deer, just vermin. There's also other wolves.
Normal ones or other
Hard to
werewolves?
tell.
Kai turns around, just seems to be looking to the forest and kind of around, but manages, almost trembling, to still stay at the clearing with visible effort.
Kai, what's wrong?
There's no reaction, really. Still they stare into the forest. I imagine, are the wolves like on a specific part of the forest, or just around?
It seems to be mainly to the cardinal directions. They seem to be coming from the northeast and heading more south.
Right, how close are they?
Oh yeah, no, far away. Like not. It's more that your very heightened sense of smell is helping you out here, and the fact you got a 24. They're definitely not close.
Yeah, nothing is really happening. They're just staring in the bushes, looking very not currently there mentally.
That's fair. Sam is just gonna, stand where Sam has stood. I think that Sam's attention is probably focused on Kai. I would be studying Kai, seeing, what changes are happening, both physically and mentally, so that next time I'll be more prepared.
As you're standing here, Kai, I don't. Depending on whether you want to do anything in the next few minutes, or if you're just standing there trying to keep a semblance of control.
At some point, they may lie down. Actually, not trying to stand up anymore. With very tense muscles, looking at like they're about to leap up again.
So, fairly far in the distance, Persa and Welby would be hearing this back at camp as well. You hear wolves howling, a sound effect I am not playing because my dogs will completely freak the fuck out. Thank you for doing that, muted. And as you hear all of this howling, there is a very thick scent of fresh blood in the air. And something is crashing through the woods towards you.
Kai jumps up and looks into the direction. I didn't think that wolves normally do that, but every hair is kind of just sprouting in every direction, and that looks.
You've gone full poof.
Yeah,
Would
basically.
I have heard any of
Oh
this
yeah,
crashing?
you would have heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
How far away is the camp?
How far did you walk away from the camp?
That's a great question, which we never put a numeric value to.
I'm well aware, that's why I'm asking you now.
Kai, how far do you think we would have been?
Didn't we split up and then the camp walked away from us?
Well,
yeah, but you don't know that.
Fair enough.
You think
point,
camp was waiting.
Yeah, from that point where we split up, Kai would have led them deep into the forest. Almost as if they wanted basically everything between the rest of the party and the two of us.
That's fair. Okay. I will... Gosh, if I heard the crashing... Kai, do we need to help them? Is something coming for them? Bark once if yes.
Is it... Can I discern what kind of blood it is?
Like what animal it is? No, it's just fresh and warm and delicious.
Mm-hmm. How much of it?
Oh, lots.
Or how pungent? Okay. There is no bark. Instead, they go barreling towards the noise and sound and smell. Mostly smell.
I do the dumb thing, and I follow.
Oh, of course you do.
Oh,
Beautiful.
wonderful.
But I think a werewolf moves much faster than my human legs.
About 35 feet faster, yes. No, 25, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, I think your vision is a little better and there's less crashing into undergrowth.
yeah. I mean, I will cast light while I'm going.
Okay.
So
Kai, as you're rushing through the woods, you come across a heavily bleeding deer that is basically, I mean, it's either dead or seconds away from dead. It looks very appetizing. It looks like its flank was partly ripped open by claws resembling yours.
Is there somebody in the vicinity?
Maybe another perception check.
With advantage again?
Yes. No, because you're in front of a helpless creature.
Fair enough. Doesn't
Which means you
matter.
get
It's another
disadvantage, which means you get a
26.
straight roll.
Oh. Wait, no, still 26. Then. Otherwise, it would have been a 25.
Nope. Not as far as you can tell.
Well, then it's mine. And I'm going
Go.
to tear into the deer and just eat it.
Alright. It doesn't take long, Sam, for you to catch up. And basically, Kai is shoulder deep in a deer carcass.
well, I know better than to approach a dog while it's eating. So I'm going to stay within visual sight, but not in like a threatening. Because Sam's been around nature. Sam has been on a lot of like hikes with Kai in the past when gathering herbs.
Mhm.
So I think I would have known a little bit about animal behavior, and I would have probably just stayed at a non-threatening distance.
Okay. Assuming Kai, you're okay with this?
I mean, unless he tries to take away the deer.
Don't
Nothing else is gonna
Which I'm
happen
not.
here.
You can have that
take
deer.
my deer.
Do not take my deer.
All right. Pris and Welby, briefly going back to you two, because you were heading towards town. Slowly. Or at a steady pace? I forgot. What's the plan?
I think we were just gonna go in town to see what we could see and maybe see if there's anything we could find that would help.
Okay.
And I think LD is frozen.
I think you're right. Do you take the... Oh, let's wait for Lady D. Just a little bit. Let me check. I also don't see her online in Discord. And it's too early for the first break, so we're gonna do the rude thing and we're gonna go back to Sam and Kai and just keep going for a little bit and hope she rejoins quickly. While Wild fixes the cameras, because the part of Lady Dame is currently being played by most of Graham. Oh, working on it. Great.
Kind
We'll
of
go back
want to see that impression now. Sam as the cutest tiefling.
Haha.
Haha, she returns.
Absolutely not replacing you with Sam, sorry.
Aw,
I'm so sorry. I don't know what just happened.
it's fine. We'll just do like an April Fool's episode where you play each other's characters for a day.
You love a good body swap episode. That's always a good time. Anyway, I missed everything that happened after. Well,
You and Welby are heading towards town.
yes.
I
Nice.
was
And I said that the plan was to just see what was there and see if we could find anything that could possibly help.
Perfect. Yes. Yes, we're looking for help for Kai.
yes. I was wondering if you were taking the directest route, which is not a word, but it should be, or if you're, because the road is pretty meandering, and you could cut a straighter line if you wanted to, but it's, I mean, there's a reason the town is a little wavy. Road. I can word, I swear.
Yeah. I feel like taking the most direct route would be the smartest, but also maybe not going super quickly through, just because in case we hear something like...
You did hear howling wolves, like more than one.
I don't know. That makes me nervous if there's more than one. Like, Sam and Kai I wasn't worried about, but if there's more than one wolf... I don't know, Welby.
Well, I'm sure they can take care of themselves. I mean, they've shown that they're really good adventurers. Maybe
but...
you should just hope they're okay. I mean, do you want to go out and try and find them?
Well, the question is, are the wolves with Sam and Kai? Because if they're not, then it's just the two of us. And granted, we're pretty great at, handling this stuff ourselves. I mean, but also, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, aside from Kai, wolves are pretty dangerous.
Yeah. That's true. I think... Okay. Well, maybe we should just head towards town and just be really slow in case we hear Sam yelling or something.
Wasn't Sam saying something about... Didn't they have like a way to message us just in case? So...
They've done that before.
Maybe they'll probably let us know if something bad happens.
Oh, I'm sure they will. You're right. I'm sure Sam will do that.
Yeah. So.
Okay. You continue on towards town, secure in the knowledge that Sam is nothing if not an overzealous sender. Kai and Sam. Mainly Sam, actually. Kai is very, very focused on this deer. Yeah. Don't forget the liver. It is the most nutritious. No. Sam, can I have another perception check, please?
Okie dokie. That is a... What is my bonus? I don't roll perception often.
No, because you rely on your passive.
That is a 19.
A 19. There is more howling of wolves, and it sounds closer.
Well, lucky for me, wolves can't climb trees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna climb a tree.
Okay. How long do you stay in this tree? Because by the time Kai is starting to work on like bone marrow, we're talking nearly an hour.
I mean, I told Kai I was gonna stay with him, so I'm just gonna stay up in the tree where it's nice and safe from other wolves that might show up, and see what happens. And I'll try and be stealthy about it.
Right, roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Well, is that a 9 or a 6? That's a 6 plus. That's a 6.
A 6 for stealth. Beautiful. So you're up in this tree. Kai is currently like chewing bones for bone marrow. And to the east of you, this time heading from south to north, you see a number of shadows moving through the forest. They are really large wolves, like Kai-sized wolves right now. And there's something kind of weird about them.
Are their limbs... I guess Sam would look at this anatomically. Do their limbs look like how Kai's do, where you have like almost that disjointed, like it is still transformed humanoid arms turned into legs, or is it more of that usual structure for like dire wolves?
There is a certain element of transformation to how their body proportions look.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Though they don't look too weird for wolves.
That's fair. Wolves are just less friendly doggos, really.
The only strange things about these wolves right now, there's something shiny on their heads, and if you look a little longer, they're wearing little party hats.
I feel like we've heard someone say something about fey creatures and party hats before. Have I heard about this? Maybe I'm imagining it. For some reason, when we went into the town with the will-o-wisps, I feel like someone said something about a druid grove and that there were party hats involved.
I can neither confirm nor deny this, because that is literally my job.
I mean, that's fair. I'm gonna stay in my tree, which is nice and safe and high up on the ground from the ground.
Yep.
I will write in my journal, wolves party hats. Maybe check on later.
Yep.
And then I'll also while I'm up in the tree, I'll write like, if I get eaten or something bad happens to me, my name is Samantha, this is my last journal,
Last will and testament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kai would notice, at least smell some more wolfish scents, but they'd make no move towards you. And Sam, you can tell that one or two of them briefly stop and like just sort of huff in your direction.
I mean, they can huff and they can puff, but they're not going to blow this tree down.
No, more,
I'm sorry for being anticlimactic. Sam is going to stay up in the tree.
It's more they clearly noticed Kai as well and are moving on.
Oh, I mean, that's a win-win. I just stay where I am. I'm just gonna, acknowledge that they have moved on with their life and made their life choices, and that I'm up in a tree making my life choices.
Yep.
Are they moving into the direction of the rest of the party?
In the sense that they are heading northeast, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me, Welby Pris, we're talking about an hour later. Did you follow the meanderings of the road?
As long as it leads us into town, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. It will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the if we're hearing wolves and if the meandering path at least might be the safer path.
It is somewhat lit even. There's little bits, like if you get a little closer, there's little pools of magic crystals that sort of light the path towards the town a little.
Ooh, fancy.
Do they look random or like they were placed there?
They were absolutely placed there. They were at very set intervals. Some of them almost looked like to be distant markers. And they all have kind of a crest in them.
This is so nice. I feel like, I don't know about Welby, but Chris is definitely like distracted by the pretty crystals and the light. It's so like fancy.
Yeah. Welby might be distracted to see if they're scavengeable.
Fair.
Are they?
No. Unless you're about to take a magical pickaxe to the road, they are they are inlaid in the brickwork. And the bricks fit together very, very neatly.
Well, I'm sure Welby will give it the good old college try and then give up.
You tear 2 fingernails.
Ugh. Well, I don't. Oh, scary. Excuse me. It's late. It's late, but I think we should try and maybe leave the road alone. It's pretty the way that it is.
Yeah, no, I was just checking to see if
Uh-huh.
they were loose.
Right.
I mean, they would make good lanterns.
That's true. But I wonder, I mean, gosh, it must have taken them ages to set this path out. I wonder if they have. I bet we could find something similar in town if they were the ones who put this up in the first place.
Yeah. And I could probably see if I can make light like I did with the will-o-wisps.
Yeah. I wish Sam and Kai could see this right now. They will. I mean, I know that they will when Kai's feeling better. Do we still hear the werewolves or the wolves out in the distance?
Well, yes and no. You do still hear them. Out in the distance is considerably closer.
It's closer?
It's much closer. It's almost like the werewolves are heading towards town as well.
Oh,
They are not following the path. They are taking the straight line down.
Right.
You can actually see some of them silhouetted against the moon that is overhanging the ocean. I think with your perceptions, you would also notice party hats.
Welby? Did you see what? Did you see that?
Well, they've got nice hats. Maybe they're good wolves. Maybe we have nothing to worry about.
Well, it definitely wasn't Kai. I don't remember Kai wearing a party hat when they left.
I don't think Kai would ever wear a hat.
No, probably not really, unless it was to keep their head warm. Huh.
Should we try and say hi?
Did the wolves and party hats? I mean...
Oh, yeah, they've got party hats, so they can't be that bad.
I guess we could try. I don't like that they're... I mean,
they're also completely covered in blood.
Maybe not.
Like fur matted with it.
Does it look unusual for a wolf to be covered in blood?
Wolves are, like, especially werewolves on a full moon, like, fur matted with blood is, it's not that weird.
So maybe we don't talk to the wolves in party hats because they're not Kai and they wouldn't recognize us. Maybe. But we should try and keep an eye out for Sam and Kai because now I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I don't know where that blood came from.
Well,
Although we would have heard Sam and Kai if they had gotten into trouble. Sam would have told us. Sam would have told us if he was in trouble.
I mean, that's what sending is for.
Yep.
we should probably just stay on the path just in case then.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a strange evening.
Maybe I can see if my best friend can go find Sam, just in case.
Can he do that?
I can always ask.
That would make me feel better.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I will cast Unseen Servants.
Okay.
Oh wait, that takes 10 full minutes. That's fine.
It does.
I can do that while walking.
All right. I will say there is nothing particularly nerve-wracking that happens during these 10 minutes. And you have an unseen servant.
Cool. Like, hey, can you go find Sam and Kai? They went in that direction. I'll just send them towards the woods.
Into the woods. Beautiful.
And they'll disappear after 60 feet.
Yep. They will. But they're invisible, so you can't see.
Cool.
Off they go.
Continuing on into town then.
Okay.
This is fine.
Yes.
Yeah, my friend would tell us if Sam was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's all fine. All right. You continue along this road for, like, is there a time where you're going to stop or just until you get there?
Because we were like, what? Several hours away from town.
About
were we
8
not?
hours away from town.
Right.
We should make camp if it gets too late.
Yeah. At some point, if it's late enough, we would make camp.
Okay.
Probably, I don't know. Enough time. Yeah, I'd say probably for another hour, maybe two of an hour of walking.
Okay. And then you set up camp off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Just off the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still within the lights-ish. Or like within visibility of said road.
Okay. Kai and Sam. No invisible servant ever finds you, obviously.
It's because I rolled such a good stealth check.
Yes, it is. However, Kai, you are done eating this deer. Now what?
I presume there's nothing immediately dead around me.
No, just Sam, who is not yet dead.
Away from a tree. Still here.
Yeah, I believe kind of after withdrawing from what is left of the deer, most of it is just currently probably splattered all across them. Just turns around in confusion and then sees Sam. They see themselves. Since
The
there's
wolf
nothing
looks
dead-
within.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that going on today, but not literally. Since there's nothing immediately dead around, and I presume a complete deer has done something to kind of satiate the hunger, at least a bit.
I mean, it satiated the hunger in the sense that it's a lot of calories, but it wasn't a hunt, and it wasn't a kill.
It's true. Oh dear. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sam's off limits.
Is
But
it?
is there anything else around? I mean, in two ways. Sam is up on the tree and as well off limits. is there anything else around that one could feasibly sink their teeth into?
So the thing is, an entire pack of werewolves came racing through the area. Everything that wasn't dead is fled.
That's not good now, is it?
Isn't. You see Sam waving at you? You know how dogs look at you when you wave a toy under their nose?
I mean, Sam's the only thing alive right now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Kai will take to slowly prowling circles around the tree in a way that is not at all comforting.
Oh, delightful. Sam will keep talking to Kai.
Ooh.
You know, checking up how Kai is doing. Maybe grabbing like a pine cone and casting light on it and like dropping it down. So that way it illuminates like down below.
So, Kai, it's really quite adorable. Your prey is starting to play with you.
Nice. There is a tree between me and it, and I don't like that. No, I don't have a climbing speed,
Nope.
but
It took me like 45 minutes to climb this tree.
I assumed. I didn't make you. I didn't make you roll climb checks because you had a lot of time to do this.
I also have climbing gear.
Oddly enough, that isn't that helpful for trees, but yes.
can I reach him somehow? Like, can I go away a bit and then try to jump on the tree or something? I mean, I don't think it's gonna work.
I mean, you
but,
have-
know, one has to try.
You have claws, I assume.
You assume correctly. They are quite sharp.
I mean, you could claw your way into that tree somehow.
Well, that's tempting.
The minute Kai starts climbing this tree is the minute I'm gonna cast a spell.
Good. I'm gonna roll one that's safe because they haven't completely lost it at the beginning, and they are somewhat safe. And that does look somewhat good. Anik, what would you say is a 15? Is that...
I mean,
That's
if
fair.
I remember correctly, the DC was higher than that. Let's check in that little document we have.
I believe the DC itself would be 20 minus my level?
20 minus your level.
Oh, then it does succeed.
But I think you're at disadvantage.
Ooh, am I?
Well, there is still the strong smell of flesh or blood, and there are strong emotions like anger or wanting.
True. And by one, I do fail that. Right. So,
It's the first
like to
level
roll
of
it-
your
I would like to
transformation messing
roll-
with you.
I would like to roll a stealth check, please. And try to hide in the bushes around
Please
the
do.
tree.
Do I see them trying to skulk off?
I mean, you see them walk away a little bit.
Okay.
And that is about the extent of it. Since I did roll a natural one on stealth.
You are both incredibly poorly hidden.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't think we beat either passive perception.
No, you are
this point-
both aware of where the other is.
Yeah.
At this point, it's
so-
just, I want to hide. Fuck it.
You basically sit your butt down in the middle of the clearing and look at the tree.
Yep, that's about it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cast a spell the minute Guy tries to start under two things: starts trying to knock my tree down, or start climbing it.
I'm waiting for him to start blowing your tree down, but that's a different fairy tale.
I know.
He hoofed and he poofed, and then he signed an eviction notice. Sorry, I watched too much Shrek.
One last question. What do you say that which we have discussed is currently in effect?
Wow, you're really taxing my conscience here.
I know. I'm doing it so that mine remains intact. That was a lie.
Oof. I'd say it is, yes.
Oh shit. Alright. Alright. So, first of all, there will be rustling in the bushes around you. And then you will see 2 additional wolves, clearly dire wolves, walk out on the clearing and sit next to Kai.
Well, my tree is still pretty safe. Wolves can't climb.
True, true.
But what I will do
Yes.
is I will cast Calm Emotions. Anything you are hostile to, you are now indifferent to. If you fail a charisma saving throw.
It's fucking up, I say.
And I can select your wolves as well.
So,
Is
that is a 14.
Which will not be significant enough. It has to be a 15.
I fail? Yes.
You fail.
Alright.
So for a whole minute, you are indifferent to my existence.
That's not
A whole
long time.
minute?
A whole minute.
Right. I don't know, my wolves doesn't matter. They listen to me.
Yes.
Alright.
Right, you have a
So-
minute in which Kai is indifferent to you, Sam.
Wonderful. I am going to say, Kai, you should start going that way.
Am I only emotionally indifferent to you?
Yeah. It just says you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it's hostile towards. This indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed. When the spell ends, the creature becomes hostile again, unless the DM rules otherwise.
Alright, fair enough. I don't believe you would need to say that, actually, as the wolves just all disperse into one direction to find the closest animal that they are not indifferent towards.
You wander away for about a minute. How far do you travel in a minute?
Fucking far? Yeah, I can, as I said, 110. No, what was it? I can make 55 feet, so that's 110 feet per round, so that's a lot of feet.
Really far.
During a minute,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You travel for the full minute before the spell wears off. I was not kidding when I said you find a lot of wolf tracks. You find no animals. And I'll happily hear what you're going to do about this when we come back from our break, because we're doing 2 breaks today because I need to stretch. Say 10 minutes. We will be back soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome to our
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high-quality Dungeons & Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmar. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar coffee. Buy it today.
And welcome back. Live and unmuted, I hope. So, as Graham already said in chat so eloquently, Sam, you're in a tree. Kai has wandered off looking for more interesting prey. And you said you were looking for avenues of escape. So, depending on how good your athletics are, you can either try and jump through the next tree or climb down and pray. Me, you're a cleric.
But I can also pray while staying in my tree.
Also true.
Gosh, praying didn't work out the only time I've done it.
It did.
So,
you got exactly what you wanted.
yeah. For the low cost of anything.
Yes. Well, that's on you for wording your prayers sloppily and untargeted.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Is there a sturdier, taller looking tree? Because if there isn't, I don't see a point of jumping to a different tree right now.
So the woods are more like the ones behind me than the ones behind you. So not really.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay in my
taller,
tree.
yes. Sturdier, no.
Yeah, so I'll. How many days travel have? This is the third day, right?
It is.
Yeah, well, I don't have sending, so that doesn't help. So, I'm gonna stay in my tree, my safe place, and the minute I see any wolves, Kai included, they're gonna get my favorite spell.
But
at
you don't
120
have sending
feet
prepared.
range. Oh, my favorite spell is Fireball.
I know. My favorite spell on you is sending.
That's true.
All right. Kai, you are many, many, many feet away when calm emotion drops. You have not found more interesting prey. Just lots of tracks, little campfire area that isn't a campfire anymore.
And I'm pretty sure I've just been magically influenced, am I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know.
Alright. I'll head the fuck back. Very quickly. Good lord. I'll head back very quickly and kind of split them up into three. Well, 3 wolves, and head to the tree from each direction. I don't know, is it Michigan? No, wolves actually do that. And I would like to try to stealth.
Oh yes,
towards
wolves
the tree.
absolutely have pack tactics.
Also, I do know what Sam is capable of, and I just want to eat him right now. Yeah, I would like to try and sneak towards the tree. The 2 wolves also from different
Ta-da.
directions.
Ta-da. I would like more stealth checks.
Should I roll a contested perception as Sam would actively be looking out?
Yes, I really do need you to roll that.
Okay. That is a 17 perception for me.
So 14 for Kai. Even worse, a 10 for the one dire wolf, and a 14 for the other. No, 15 for the other one.
Right, Sam, you see them coming.
Wonderful. Are any of them grouped up within 30 feet at any point around the 120 feet mark?
Around the 120
In a
feet mark,
30-foot sphere.
No, they're like 2 of them are 90 degrees away, and Kai's coming down the middle.
Sorry, I should have specified 150 feet. Okay. Yeah, oh, it's a 20-foot radius. Okay. Alright, well, that changes what spell I'm gonna cast, but does not change must. So they all failed their stealth checks.
Oh, yes, you see all of them.
Wonderful. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray and throw 1 ray of fire on each of them.
Okay.
As long as they are within 120 feet, yeah. Nice. Doesn't matter.
Right. Roll a bunch of attacks.
Alright, I only have to roll 3. Alright, does a 19 hit
3
Wolf 1?
is still a bunch of attacks.
Yes.
Alright, does a 24 hit you?
Yes.
And does a 23 hit Wolf 3?
No. Yes.
Oh.
Wolf 3 is the most powerful being you'll ever meet.
Alright, 11 fire damage for Wolf 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, I'm feeling... Help.
8 damage for you, and 2 damage for Wolf 3.
Alright, give me a second, please. Okay. What was the one for Wolf 2?
Wolf 2 was literally 2 damage. I rolled 2 ones.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I thought Kai was Wolf too. No, wait, never mind.
Kai is Kai.
Kai's Kai. Check.
Kai is Kai.
Mess with my notes.
I'm sorry, I won't interfere.
Alright.
Continue messing with each other.
Are we going to go...
Yeah, I think it's initiative
I
time.
think it's about time you do initiative. This was a failed stealth check, got Sam a surprise hit. I love how Wild is basically eating popcorn right now.
So am I, but I'm just not showing it.
Kai, I think you and your wolves go first, unless any of you roll under a 3, which I don't think is physically possible.
I have a 3 for one wolf. Wolf 1.
Oh,
For wolf 1. Second one has 16. Having jamming flashbacks here.
you're still quiet.
Goodness me, Zoom is being an absolute nugget. So, better?
Much.
Perfect. Just, I don't know, raise your hand in despair whenever Zoom begins to mute me. Yeah, like that. Okay. So, Kai goes first. Let me look something up.
Let me consult my notes.
Yeah. How big is the tree, Nick?
Tall but thinnish.
I was talking... Okay, how high up is Sam if we're talking in feet?
Sam's up pretty high.
Fair, though again, these trees stop being thick fairly early.
That's true.
took-
But he's probably, I would say, maybe like 30 feet off.
I
the
was
ground.
about to say about 30 feet up. I think there's not much higher to go.
Yeah, so he's 120 feet out, 30 feet up.
Okay. Then, yeah. There will be, from out of nowhere, a giant amount of water that appears behind Sam. And I would like a dexterity saving throw, so I'm trying to throw you out of the tree. Towards me, by the way.
Does a 16 flat save?
That does. You are not knocked prone and take
Well, that's good.
some damage. You take 9 points of damage. And are not knocked out of the tree. Unless, of course, something else happens that I didn't know about. Okay. Then Kai's just gonna run up to however far they get, which is about 55. I can't maths. That's 75, I think. Something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Rounding,
Okay.
rounding down. Yeah.
Okay. And the two wolves will both take the dodge action and run towards the tree.
Okay. Sam.
All right. So 75 feet out of 120 is what? Under 60, but
I only heard part of the question, like the
Oh,
part before you
uh,
put your face in your hands.
what's 120 minus Kai's movement, which was what? 75?
75? 45?
Wonderful.
Oh,
So-
no, my movement is 65. I was trying to do maths and failing horribly.
Okay.
In that case, 55.
Wonderful.
Thank
So as a bonus action, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon,
Mm-hmm. As you do.
as I do, and I'm gonna summon it right next to Kai, and I'm going to make a attack with it.
As you do.
As I do, does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't cast a higher level spell, so I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on one of your wolves, on the more injured wolf. Cause dodge won't help.
Fair enough. What's that for save?
That is a wisdom 15 saving throw.
That's a success. Weirdly enough, it's a very wise
My
wolf. Very wise wolf.
All right, I don't think they take any damage then.
Okay.
That is my turn. Man,
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
I am aware that I'm doing what I hate the most, not having my turn prepared on my turn. But to be fair, my turn is half of this battle.
I mean,
Kai's gonna
watching
run up.
you wildly flip through pages in something akin to a kerfuffle is beautiful. I'm entertained.
It's a wonderful word.
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, we're hardly
So-
calling this a real fight so far.
Yeah, I know. Kai's gonna run up to the tree and take a look at a spell. Which in the universe must look very weird.
I mean, you don't have a spell book.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna use Tidal Wave again. It's the only spell I can do feasibly without climbing a tree as a wolf. Which, as was pointed out, is quite impossible.
it is quite impossible. All right. Let's see here. What is this? That is a 15.
That succeeds. Thank you.
Oh.
This is an oddly dexterous cleric.
I am just rolling, above 15 because I have a +0 to anything dex.
That's 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch. Sounds
I believe-
bloodied, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That might very well take care of this fight.
At least I'm in a tree, so if I go unconscious, at least I'll stay there, maybe.
I mean, are you holding on to the tree?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. How many branches are there on this tree?
I mean, at this point, that is one
I mean,
sturdy tree.
Considering the amount of damage the tree is taking, the tree is looking not great. Because the bludgeoning
God, that's
damage,
hard.
like, a tree can't dodge. Or
At this
gets...
point, that's about 50 points or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking into account its hardness,
Yeah,
but...
because it was 9 damage on the first one.
Yeah.
Oh no, 18.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
yeah,
'cause
you
I
saved the first one.
20...
I
something.
think this tree could handle 65 points of damage, so it's starting to creak.
Oof. Oof. What do your wolves do?
They will... Honestly, they'll start attacking the tree. There's no other thing that's going on here, so they're just gonna
Oh
try
no.
to bring the tree down.
I mean, it has 10 hit points left. Hardness points? I think it's hardness points. Hit points sounds weird for a tree.
Can I... Do I need to roll to hit the tree, or how does this
No,
work?
I think if you hit a stationary object, it's an alternate. Like, it's not a crit, but it's a hit.
Okay. So the first wolf does... Oh, double one. Wonderful. 5 points of damage.
Okay,
points and
5
plus
left.
damage.
5 left.
But, yeah, definitely. 9 plus something
Okay,
for the second one.
so this tree. Okay, no, actually, Kai/Swapper, I'm gonna need you to describe to me how it looks when 2 wolves bite through a tree.
Terribly vicious. Like they would use not only their claws but also their teeth. And since they're wolves, they have quite large teeth, but it still looks like they might actually be splintering like their own flesh, in total disregard for their own safety, as they bite into the tree at one point over and over again. Probably where it's
Beautiful.
been weakened by the tidal wave. Tidal wave.
Tidal wave.
Terrible word.
Alright, so this lovely tree, I was about to say bites it, but that might be construed as a pun, and I don't want that. Falls down. Sam, you were 30 feet up.
Yep.
Would you like another reflex save?
Yeah. Is it a reflex save to jump to another tree, or is it a reflex save to not instantaneously die when I hit the ground?
It is okay. You can either pick a reflex save to not instantaneously die from the ground bludgeoning you, or an athletics check to get to the other tree.
Seeing as how one is a +0 and one is a +1, I will take the jump to another tree.
All right, jump to another tree.
All right. 11.
11 to jump to the other tree. Assuming a somewhat downward trajectory, it's not so much a next tree you hit as like some saplings and a bunch of undergrowth. You're about 10 feet off the ground.
Oh,
And you do take some damage.
that's fair.
You take 6 points of damage as shit scratches you, and you don't 3-point land beautifully, because the DC was 15.
Wonderful. Okay. Right, so I can cast one spell in a turn, right?
You can
forget
use
if we were
one
doing
spell
any home
slot
rule.
on your turn, but if you have like
Yeah.
a cantrip that has a bonus. And I
Okay.
think your spiritual weapon is still up.
It is, but Kai
Is it
moved, so I
concentration?
have... It is, I think. Is it not? This is why I don't play clerics. No, it is
Spiritual weapon
not.
is- yeah.
Good. Then you don't need to make a concentration check.
Wonderful. So bonus action, I'm going to move that. Can it reach any of the wolves and or Kai?
Kai moved 55. I think you can move your spiritual weapon 60. long as it stays
As a
in your
bonus action, you
range.
can move the weapon up to 20 feet. Never mind.
20 feet, no.
So, I'm sitting at 11 HP. I could Sanctuary, but that's such a waste because I'll get hit anyways. I'm going to throw a Fireball.
Okay.
And since they are all at the base of that tree, I'm hitting every single one of them.
Okay.
They need to make me a Dex 15 saving throw. As I whip out my hands and hold my amulet and just separate my hands from my amulet, this little bright orb will just explode into the night.
Everything fails, including
Everything
Kai.
fails. Okay, that's 8d6.
Everything
damage for all of
fails.
you.
Everything
Actually, the
fails,
alternative
including
title
the
for
forest.
this
3, 4, 5.
Only you can
6,
prevent
7, 8.
forest fires, kids.
I don't feel bad for all those other trees. 6, 11, 16, 18, 22, 28, 29, 34. So 34 fire damage.
Trying to do maths here. It's terrible. Why didn't I have a calculator on?
You have a cell phone. Cell phones have calculators.
I don't have a cell phone right now. I've got it lying around somewhere in my room.
You've got a computer with a calculator app.
What the fuck's a computer? That was 29 damage, was it?
That was 30 something.
30
32?
something. 34. That was it.
34.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Wolf number 1 looks terribly hurt. Wolf 1 2 looks slightly terribly hurt. Kai, if I may be so bold as to describe this on
Please do.
Kai should have by all means not survived that. Yet they look very healthy. I mean, they look still very, very hurt, but very healthy in comparison to where they should normally be around.
That's fair. With my movement, I move up the tree.
Again,
So even taking half movement.
saplingish undergrowth.
Okay. Well, then I have 30 feet of movement. Won't matter. Was really hoping to kill one of those wolves.
I have a
got-
subclass.
I know.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry about it.
yep. I've got.
Ironically, it's named the Circle of the Shepherd.
Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet away then, because I can't climb a tree with my movement, or even reach a tree to climb. But also, everything is on fire now.
Including some wolves.
Including some wolves. There is just this scent of burning fur, which is really not a good smell. And you do see a lot of the undergrowth catching fire.
Yeah, I don't think I have any... Nope, I've got no bonus action cantrip, so I just move my 30 feet away. And hope
Alright.
there's enough space from where the tree fell to put between me and them.
Okay.
In retrospect, I could have warding flared the tree.
Yep. Kai, your prey is running. It is finally a hunt.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I'll use my bonus action to howl into the night, and this spectral wolf is going to appear out of the... I know, I've got the theme going on. It's going to appear out of the bushes and walk next to Sam. And there's a 30 feet aura next to Sam. I will then move also next to Sam and hold a Cure Wounds second level for when both of my wolves enter the aura. and I'm going to cast it on me then.
Okay.
When both of them are in the aura.
Nice. I will say, Welby and Pris, as you've just about finished setting up your new camp at this point in time, you hear another ear-splitting howl. And if you look in the direction where you're hearing this noise, there's this weird orangey glow hanging over the trees.
Well, Okay, that.
It might be a sign.
I can't remember if we've seen, my brain is all over the place. I can't remember if we've seen Sam do fire things before, but
Oh yeah, you've
that-
seen Sam do burning hands.
that's
Yes.
true. A howl and Welby.
Should we do something? Should we try? I don't know what to do. We can try and. How far away do you think they are?
I don't know. We did walk quite a bit. Sam should have messaged us, should have told us if everything was okay. We could have turned around. We should probably go check though.
Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't. If there's. Maybe that's them calling us. I don't know. Now I feel bad.
Well, if they're stuck in the fire, maybe we should try and find them and see if we can get them out.
I think that's a good idea. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm not
Anything
very
seems good.
fast, but you should run as fast as you can, and I'll try and catch up.
Okay. Just making sure I don't have anything. Of course I don't. That would be silly. Okay, I will go. Okay. And like Pris will book it in the direction of the fire because one howl and fire means friends. And that
Okay.
looks like trouble.
Yes, it does.
Wolby's gonna be like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be, Blue Tongue, if you're there, if this is an emergency and you can help Sam, please do it.
Oh.
You hear a. Well, I'm certainly watching the show right now. Say I help one of your friends. The one who's looking nearest to death. What do I get?
What would you want?
Oh, what's the fun in telling you? What are you going to offer me? I want something fun, something entertaining.
I can try and help you with a big prank.
Ooh. Help me with a big prank. It's a deal. Sam, those little birdies on your cleric's mantle, they glow a happy little bluish light. Little sparks of silver And you hear a... Let's not end this too soon, shall we? You regain 12 hit points.
Okay. Sam looks a lot better. Almost like their HP doubled.
And then you hear a... Good luck. And the birds look perfectly regular again.
Uh-huh. Whose turn is it?
I think my wolves will be. Okay. Wolf number 1, who's technically wolf number 2 in initiative. I mean,
I will warning
the other way
flare one
around.
of them.
Not yet. One of them is going to run up to you, behind you, and hold their action to bite when the second one is... Actually, yeah, when the second one is in the aura. Or rather next to you. Then we have the second one who enters the aura, and my Cure Wounds goes off. Cure Wounds, fuck. How does this work again? Yeah. Okay. So, I regain some hit points, as do the wolves due to the aura. Which is... 10 hit points for me, and 6 hit points for the wolves, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you need to poke Zoom again.
Fuck you, Zoom. Wolves. Right, is it better? Perfect. So that's 6 hit points for both wolves, which brings one of them to... Then we have the second one.
Play a druid, kids. Nature doesn't
Play a
need
druid.
math.
Nature doesn't need math, it's terrible. Help me. Somebody.
No.
So for Cure Wounds, the spell, you it's 1d8 plus 4.
I don't. No, I'm failing on the math part of Cure
Okay,
Wounds.
how much did you roll?
I did roll a 10 in total, but
Okay.
I'm failing on the other math part of Cure Wounds.
Which is the plus 4?
fine. No, which is the plus 3. Excuse me, my modifier is far lower than you would expect it to be. Which is my direwolves gain 6 hit points, and 6 is apparently a terrible number to add to anything. But the wolves look better, and their attack goes off. Can you warding player one of them?
Yep, so it's made at disadvantage.
No, it's straight because of pack tactics.
Oh, yep.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yeah, that is.
You take... Fuck, I rolled well. 11... 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Magical if it matters. The second wolf goes off. That sounds like he's exploding. That's 22, that is, I presume.
Yeah. Yep.
For 12
Nine,
points
9
of
is the magic
piercing.
number. That's all you need.
No.
Sam goes down.
Oh,
All right. Your prey is unconscious before you on the ground. Still breathing. But out
no.
cold.
I would like to fade to black unless anything happens that I cannot influence.
One or two things, but we'll private message though. Pris, you are
You were muted that last
no,
second.
I tried to click something entirely different. You are hurtling through this forest.
Yep. I'm booking it.
Yep. Full move, dash, everything. Let's see. You walked an hour in the opposite direction, and then you get back to where you started, and they walked away a fair distance from there as well. I'm considering, like, you're pretty fit, but you're not like a marathon runner.
Nope.
So it's gonna take you, with some panting, heaving breath breaks, a good 30, maybe even 40 minutes to get back where you're going, since you're going back uphill as well.
Mm-hmm.
So even running, it'll take you about an hour to get to where Kai and Sam are.
Okay.
I finished this message.
Mm-hmm.
You see, well, Sam on the ground. Kai in the clearing. Kai looks, well, like Kai normally looks.
Okay. Panting and out of breath. Pris is going to run up to Sam first and check Sam over and see if they're still breathing, if they're still...
Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Golly, wait, what am I? Oh, that's a 4.
He is not dead.
Okay. Without really saying a word, just humming a little bit, like a nervous hum.
Mm-hmm.
She reaches over and touches Sam's forehead. And tries to and cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Just know she has to try something. For 20 points of healing. If
Sam,
that
you
works.
regain 20 hit points and come back to consciousness.
Oh,
Should I have been making death saving throws?
No.
Uh,
Kai is leaning on a nearby tree and is just crying. Sam, those 20 hit points do a lot for you, but oddly enough, there is a large bite mark on your left shoulder that is not healing right now.
I will sit up. No, I'm gonna stay laying down. I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
Sam fell out of a tree today. Sam, his back hurts. I stay where I'm lying, and I still have a lot of spell slots.
we.
And I think instinctually, Sam casts Sanctuary on himself. And looks at Pris, and I think I swat any hands that come near me.
Okay. I'm sorry I was too far, but then we saw the fire and we just had to come back. I thought, I'm sorry. And then Pris looks over at Kai and Kai, are you... Sam's okay. It's gonna be okay.
I presume I'm lucid?
Oh yeah, I responded earlier. You're perfectly lucid. You know exactly what happened.
Is that currently happening? Or has that happened?
It has happened.
Alright.
There is no evidence left behind.
So Kai looks up at Pris, and they don't look even the slightest bit angry, just completely devoid and sad. And they open their mouth multiple times to say anything at all, but don't in the end. They don't turn into an animal, they just kind of slump back onto the tree and look.
I shouldn't have listened to either of you. I should have just stayed. And that's all she says before she takes out her lute. Because it's what her mom used to do when it was like when everything was tense and needed to be calmed down. Oh, sweet and lovely, lady be good. Oh, lady be good to me. We are just a couple of babes in the wood. Oh, lady be good to me. Just softly. I don't know what happened or how it happened, but we're okay. You're all okay.
I'll stand up and look at Pris. I'm not fucking okay. And I'm gonna look at my shoulder where Sam is assuming it's a bite mark.
It is.
I am going to put a hand over it and cast Remove Curse.
Okay. So roll me a d20.
Sure. Do you want any modifiers or anything like that?
Your spellcaster level, which is
That
just your
is-
level.
Okay. What level am I? 6. That's a 21 total.
21. Sticks around.
Okay. I use my last remaining spell slot and cast Remove Curse a second time.
Okay.
17 plus 6, 23.
Nope. Every time you try to cast Remove Curse, those little birds on your clerical robes light up just a little bit.
I glare at my robes hatefully.
Sorry.
And oh gosh, I wish I had firebolts. If only I had taken that ring.
All right. Angry looks at your clothing.
Yeah.
Check.
I think Sam storms off. I think as he's storming off, he'll offer like a thanks to Welby and Pris.
Technically, Welby isn't there, but I'm
Oh,
sure if you
it's a
mutter it
press.
on the wind, it'll eventually make its way back to Welby.
That's fair.
Actually, speaking of Welby, are you still in the secondary camp?
No, after making this deal to help, they would have started running again. Join up with the group.
You run and run for quite a while. Pris is just pulling further and further away from you. And eventually you just heard this, you really don't need to run this fast. I fixed it. They're both alive. End of the bargain kept. Check. I mean, I had to nudge your wolfy friend out of being your wolfy friend and back into being your regular friend because, they have no chill. But done is done, They're both good. They're fine. Ish.
They're safe.
I mean, is anyone truly safe ever? They are safer than before I stepped in. I used a healing spell. I haven't used a healing spell in centuries. Honestly, it's a miracle it still worked.
I'm still gonna try and get to them as quickly as I can, just in case.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. You do what you want. We'll be in touch about the big prank. I have plans. It's going to be wonderful. Tell your friends I said hi.
Wait, why didn't you say hi when you were helping?
Oh, they were far too busy with each other. I didn't want to interfere. It's a very touching moment in many ways. Touching. Never mind. You wouldn't get it.
Okay, well, bye, I guess.
Bye, darling. Bye.
Keep running.
All right, you keep running and running and running. So you move not that slow compared to Pris. So I think it's fairly shortly after Pris watches Sam storm off that Welby catches up to the group. And that's where we're going to take our second break for today. Also partly because I'm in so much fucking pain right now.
Ooh.
Too many
Okay,
hydrates.
we're just going to be back in 10 minutes. And I was about to say we'll have the whole group back together, but no, someone split off again. Could you just, as a group, just stay together one episode at
No.
one point in
No.
time?
No. I will stay with the group if you don't throw any Fae at us.
What? Have you seen this campaign?
Oh my god.
All right. 10 minutes. Stretch, hydrate,
Oh.
enjoy. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Welcome to our
Oh, baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high-quality Dungeons & Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmrin. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our Undying Love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi! My name is Express Love. I'm the Sinmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Sinmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Sinmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Packed Magic. In San Maria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar Coffee. Buy it today.
Yeah, to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
Muted? Ugh, we're professionals. We are professionals. In my defense, I'm on a lot of pain meds. We left most of our group because these motherfuckers can't stay together to save their own goddamn lives. With Pris and Kai in a clearing as Welby comes storming in.
Is everyone okay? Just looking around frantically. Where-
Everyone's
where's,
alive.
where's Sam?
Sam stormed off. They were hurt. He was hurt and he was on the ground. I was able to I was able to heal him, but I don't know everything that happened or what had happened, but
Well, I guess
but
as long
Kai's
as,
Kai again.
I guess as long as they're safe.
I mean, Sam is now out alone and hurt.
So I could slowly approach Kai. Like, are you okay, Kai? No. Do you want to talk about what happened?
As they raise their gaze, there's a tiny bit of defiance, the slightest bit of the old defiance back in their eyes, just a bit. Then they lower their eyes again.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess you don't have to talk if you don't about it if you don't want to. But if everything's okay now, I guess we should try and find Sam. Just in case, because there were also a bunch of wolves that were heading towards the town, and it might still not be safe out here. So.
What kind of wolves?
They were big.
Party wolves with hats?
They had hats on. That was strange. I still am not quite sure what that was about. I don't remember ever reading stories about wolves in party hats. There's no legends or myths that I know about anyway.
Did the wolves find y'all and try to cause any issues, or are they the reason for the fire?
What do you think?
Yes.
This might be a good moment to point out that you are in fact in a flaming forest.
Right. We should go.
Would it be hard to put out the fires?
I mean, given the tree did get drenched by 2.
There was a
Tidal
fair amount of
waves.
tidal waves. There's like the worrisome glow in the underbrush that will probably become a fire again if any wind picks up. It's manageable if someone spends a bit of time on it. If nobody does anything, it will go whoosh again.
No, well, we will definitely put out the embers.
Okay.
No.
Should we try and find Sam?
There's nothing else around. Just the wolves are there.
It looked like they were heading towards the town, which frankly was also somewhat concerning. But here's the thing. You and Sam went off, and Sam seemed like he had it under control and that you didn't want us to follow you, and then there was fire and howling, and now he's hurt with a big bite, and every time somebody goes off on their own, something bad happens. And I thought we talked about staying together, and now he's just off again, and that makes me, frankly, a little angry.
I don't care. Can you
We
not
can help each
understand
other when
that
we're together.
maybe
We talked
Sam
about this.
wants to be alone right now?
Did something happen?
Yes, something did happen.
Well, clearly.
Got fucked up. That's what happened.
Look, all I'm saying is when people try to be alone, something bad happens, and then they get hurt. It happens every time.
What, do you want to run after him now?
I'm not going without the two of you because I'm.
It might be best to find him. So,
Maybe you two should run after him. Despite what you say, I've been fine running off alone for about most of my life. And I don't think he wants to see me right now.
I mean, this might not be a good time for y'all to just be alone. I mean, with all the wolves and everything. We can be alone once we get into town. And then we can separate. But maybe just don't talk to each other for a bit.
Fine.
Sam, how far did you storm off?
Maybe like 60 feet. Sam's not going like across the forest. I'm just going like 60 feet away that I don't have to look at anyone.
Okay. Well, they're not talking too loudly, so I don't think you're picking up on their conversation on whether or not to follow you. But I think by the time they've sort of sorted this out, depending on, like, what are you doing?
I'm sitting up against a like fallen tree with my back to it, knees cinched up tight against my chest, arms kind of wrapped around it, and I am slowly pouring healing magic into the aches and pains, the 2 wolf bites, well, 3 technically.
All the bruising from falling out of a tree.
Yeah. A lot of recovery.
Yeah.
And I think Sam is going to cast Calm Emotions on himself and fail it willingly.
I mean, valid choice. You suddenly feel indifferent to yourself.
I feel indifferent towards everything.
Everything.
Everything. And I think I take that moment to pull out my journal and write everything that happened.
All right.
And I think I write down a few lines at the end on and make a makeshift to-do list, like a grocery shopping list where you would put the check marks.
Mm-hmm.
And one says, I'm not strong enough. One says, do I have the ability to keep others safe? And the third one says, I'm going to kill Blue Tongue.
That's fair. Okay. Chris and Welby. And or Kai. What do you end up doing?
Kai,
Yeah.
you know this wasn't your fault, right?
How so?
You've been worried about not being able to keep control in that form.
Yeah, and I asked him to come with me. I knew what was going to happen, and I thought it wasn't going to happen. But surprised it did.
It did.
I mean, if you want to tell me that he came with me on his own free will, I do know that. But that's not even that what... I wasn't gone. It was still me. I remember thinking that I wanted to circle that tree. I remember thinking, okay, I can knock him out of there. Okay, I can do this. I know what he can do. It was still me. I was doing everything to eat him. So yeah, it's my fault. I was lucid enough to do battle. I could have wrenched myself in. At any point in time. I didn't.
Oh. Oh. I was wrong.
So.
Because I've read too many storybooks. You and Sam have gotten to be so close that I thought that I had hoped that your friendship would help. Would help keep each other safe, and it didn't. I'm sorry.
I hope that too.
Well, then we're going to fix this. For you, Kai, and for Sam, and for the rest of us. We are going to find a way to fix this. That's why we set out in the first place, and we're going to do it.
How are we supposed to fix this? And they gesture towards Sam, not even towards themselves or anything, just towards Sam.
Don't know yet. That's why we set off to do this in the first place. That's why we're headed toward these big towns, because there are answers somewhere. We just haven't looked in the right places yet.
I mean, we're all friends, so maybe just to start, we just need to talk things out.
I don't know how to do that.
But I guess that's why we're here. We can try and learn. And maybe you'll figure it out.
Maybe. But I don't think right now I should try.
I mean, there's never a bad time to try.
Don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know. I think Welby's right. There's no bad time to try. I'm not letting any of us give up, and I'm not giving up on the rest of you. Welby's right. We are friends. We do look out for each other, and even... I know what you said, Kai. I do. But I still know that that's not you.
Chris, I remember what his blood tastes like. Or maybe even worse. I fucking hope he doesn't remember what it feels like to be eaten by me. That is me. That is him. Now. It's not a separate thing. It belongs to me. Can you go and ask him if I, you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I still think you should come with us. I mean, maybe you don't have to face Sam right now, but at least from a distance, so we're together.
can do that.
At least within earshot. Okay.
If he wants to talk to me, then maybe tomorrow or something. I don't think right now is a good idea.
That's
They kind of pull the circlet off and give it to Briss. I don't think talking right now is a thing that I should do.
okay. You can have this back when you want it. I'll just keep it safe. She'll tuck it into the scarf.
They'll turn into a dog.
And
run off.
set off to find Sam.
Hopefully he didn't walk too far off.
I know he was feeling better, but, well, he still had... Ugh.
Was it bad?
I mean, it wasn't pretty.
No. He's alive and walking, so maybe we can find a way to fix everything.
We're gonna try anyway. We just need to keep trying. That's...
Yeah. I'll ask whoever I need to fix everything.
Mm-hmm. Soup.
I mean, you saw the direction Sam went.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's not being stealthy.
Yeah,
Cool.
he didn't go far. I will say with all of this, your previous calm emotions has ended. It's only a minute.
Yeah, I know.
I know, I'm
You
sorry.
can probably
Your
hear the sound of hyperventilating.
Your magical Xanax is worn off and you follow the sound of a panic attack to the tree.
Right. Hey. I approach, hands up, sort of. It's Sam. Sam, it's us.
You'll see that as soon as the calm emotions went down, Sam has been casting Sanctuary on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Which only lasts a minute, but that's 2 minutes of feeling maybe safe. Sam is sitting there. His notebook is set in front of him at his feet with his writing utensil on top of it. His knees are hugged to his chest. And he's just gazing in front of himself. Just, hyperventilating. Maybe a little bit of rocking.
Kai told us a little bit more about what happened. I don't know how to fix this. But what I do know is that we're all friends. And we will find a way. because we care about each other. But it's okay. You're right, to be not okay right now. But we're not leaving, and we're not leaving you, and I'm not leaving Kai, and I'm not leaving Welby, and I'm not leaving anybody behind or alone. So we're all going to take the time that we need. We're going to go into the city, and hopefully it's safer. We're going to research, and we're going to find ways, and we're going to talk, and we're going to get through this because we're friends, and that's what friends do.
I will slowly stand up and look at Pris and Welby and offer the faintest smile I can muster. Thanks. But I've stopped believing in miracles. Some bones don't heal. Some wounds don't repair. And every time I've asked for a miracle, all we have gotten is something holding another leash on us. Miracles don't happen. That's why they're in storybooks. I'm done pretending I'm someone or something I'm not. I'm not strong. I'm not an adventurer. I'm just someone that's a footnote in something, in someone's bigger story. Things like love, caring, friendship. That didn't stop Kai. And now, every day, I am going to have to think about and worry about hurting everyone around me. But I'm glad you're here. But I'd rather be alone. I'm gonna sit back down.
I think we need to get to the safety of the town first. Then we can do our thing and be alone. And it's okay. It's okay, Sam. You don't have to believe in miracles. I'll believe in them enough for everybody, and I'll find the miracles to make everything better.
See?
I offer a helpless shrug. I think beyond the blood loss and the use of Sam's spells, I think Sam just looks tired.
Yeah, I think you misinterpreted. You don't get a choice in the matter. At least while we're in the woods, you're not going to be alone. Sorry. That's just the way it is.
Pick your choice of tree then, because I'm not getting up again.
Okay.
I am totally going to be that DM. In addition to your first level of exhaustion, you have no camping gear.
It's true.
So, yeah. Pick a tree. Grab some leaves.
It's nothing Wilby hasn't done before.
That is true. You're oddly comfortable. That reminds you of home. So Kai and Sam notably sleep 60 feet apart. I'm not even going to ask if you manage to sleep. Do you all try to go to sleep, or is there a watch?
I think Sam sleeps through the entire night. I think Sam at this point is under the assumption that everything terrible has already happened and is just going to accept anything that
cute.
happens.
Such
Sure.
an assumption.
What else could go wrong, right?
I mean, Sam at this point is like, Blue Tongue will probably interfere if I'm going to die.
Maybe. Maybe
That would
not.
ruin his joke.
Look, a decade for a joke is nothing, I tell you.
Are the wolves gone? The other ones?
I mean, you barely even noticed them. You certainly don't see any around now. I mean, Sam has kind of a wolfish underscent.
I wonder why.
Can't imagine.
Wilby's gonna do part of the watch. Or most of it, depending on who else does or doesn't.
Pris, I think, stays up the whole night, flipping through her books again. Not any of the fairy tale ones, but well, maybe some of the, maybe one or two of the fairy tale ones, but none of the romance ones for sure. Looking for something, anything. I doubt she finds anything, but it's what she knows. It's what she's comfortable with.
I mean, the things you find is mainly that remove curse should have worked.
Mm-hmm.
You see some of your own notes in the margins from when you were researching with Kai.
Mm-hmm.
About how if you do want to get rid of it, you have to do it before they first transform.
Shoot.
And just that little note to yourself that you had to get to Octodorudus Township.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Other than that, no. Most of the like, it's easy enough to avoid the werewolf romance novels. They all have some kind of terrible pun based on the alpha in the title.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I think Welby's just gonna stay up casting Silent Image so that everyone remains hidden for the night.
Alright, so Welby and Pris keep sort of a watch. And Kai and Sam try to sleep. That's just where we're gonna leave you all.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. That went well.
Sure.
It's a good thing I didn't prepare the next module for today. All right.
It's almost like she knows that it takes us 6 weeks to do one module.
Dear Lord. This wasn't even a module. You take 2 weeks just to get from module to module.
I mean,
Where all the
No,
good
There
it's
werewolf
was a
good.
werewolf transformation thrown in there. So
I mean, you didn't exactly hustle to the next plot point. Anyway, let's go around and let our wonderful players tell us who they are, what they do, where you can find them, and if you have it in you, your favorite moment of the session today. We're just gonna start with. Oh god, there's no safe person to start with. Graham, if I pick you, can you do a normal voice?
Yeah, hi. Hi
Hello.
everyone, I'm Graham, or Graham Crackers with a Z. You can find me on my own Twitch TV channel, Graham Crackers, at Twitch TV on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, where I'll be playing Geharis Nerthos, a Tiefling Paladin Oath of Conquest. On Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, you can find me on Polished Cryptid, playing Maverin, the Tiefling Sorcerer, in a nautical-themed campaign. Ex-pirate, cursed by a storm goddess, what can go wrong? You can also find me on the 30th on Eva Saraid's channel in the afternoon, where I will be playing in a game of a horror-themed space TTRPG. You can also find me on other spots at other times that I don't remember.
Well done. Your favorite
Oh
moment
gosh,
of today. At least the parts you
man.
remember.
I really liked Welby and Pris's reaction to the crescent-shaped gems,
Yes.
and Welby trying to immediately take one.
Scavenge.
That was my favorite part by far.
Okay. Swapper.
Hello, I'm Swapper, and when I'm not infecting my teammates, I can be found on Twitter under @GreatSimplicity, as well as every second and fourth Saturday on Eva Saraid's channel, where I GM a D&D 5e urban campaign called City of Shadows. Otherwise, well, here every Wednesday, and I've no other projects lined up, which I find quite a travesty. My favourite moment of the session. I mean, I can't very well pick the entire session. That's the moment when Pris talked to Sam and the background music very subtly changed to hopeful and calm. Everybody who interacted there and leaked through various media was brilliant.
Speaking of, Press.
hey,
is
it's
played
me.
by Lady
Hi.
Dame.
Hello, I'm Lady Dame. Let's see. Oh God. You can you can find me at a bunch of places, but mostly on my Twitter at the Lady Dame. I'm pretty much at the Lady Dame everywhere on the internet. I am a variety streamer on my own channel where I read stories and play games and also curse people with terrible, terrible smut. That's a thing that I do. I also am in a podcast called Of Black Glass, which had their second episode. We have 2 episodes out. We release every other week, and I've lost track already, but it's a good time. I have several one-shots and stuff coming up. Other than that, the main one being a charity one-shot on my own Twitch channel on the 31st at noon Pacific, where I will be running a one-shot of Good Society with a bunch of fabulous, fabulous players. It's a charity one-shot. We're raising money for the Innocence Project. So that's the big one. I'm trying to think. I have a bunch of stuff coming up, but honestly, I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I don't remember. But I know we did just announce that on Mare Feather's channel on February the 11th, I think, we're going to be doing a one-shot follow-up to Little Fears. I also am in a one-shot here on Open for Adventure. It's the Orchard Peril, where there's a bunch of us playing wild magic sorcerers, and we happen to all be Genasi in our group. If you've catched the previous 2 episodes of sessions of this one, ours promises to be equally chaotic and amazing. So yes, that's all my stuff, I think. Oh, nope. Favorite moment.
Yep.
I both loved and hated everything, but I'm happy that Graham finally got to cast Fireball. Question mark? Sure, yeah, why not?
All right.
Oh,
What?
thanks. Mayor says it's Valentine's Day that we're doing the thing. Okay, great.
Valentine's Day. Okay.
Yeah.
Wild.
Right, that leaves me. Hi, y'all. I'm Wild Engineer. At Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter. Aside from finding me here on Wednesdays, you can also find me on Powered by the Players, where you just come out with a different podcast. Where they just released a final episode of Escape from Dino Island. And let's see. Starting February 20th, you can find me on the former Encounter Roleplay, and now Weave the Tale, where I will be playing in a game of Fate of Cthulhu. That should be fun. Yeah, and maybe other things to come. Favorite moment, favorite / non-favorite moment was using Blue Tongue to save everyone, yet at the same time make sure everyone remained cursed.
I mean, it's still this group, you know? I think that leaves me. Hello, my name is Anique. You can find me on Twitter at Aniquester. I don't have my own Twitch channel because technology scares me, so I just hang out on other people's channels and put my face all over them. I am dealing with this group of miscreants every Wednesday for the foreseeable future. Nothing will ever go wrong again. I am in the aforementioned, the system is called Mothership, the TTRPG sci-fi horror thing on Saturday on Eva Sarit's channel. And then on Sunday, I am running the second part of a 10 Candles game I started there last week. That is in a, well, it's always in the apocalypse, and this time they're trying to deal with being in a theme park. And it's going not well at all. It's beautiful.
Disney themed park? Was that what it was? That what
Disney.
Disney. Mm-hmm.
Disney is trademarked, so it's a Disney.
I did say Disney.
Yeah. Well, not
Yep.
all of it is Disney. It's based on my favorite Dutch theme park, so everyone's confused and I know exactly where they are. There is a fair amount of creepy humming. It's beautiful, and I'm very excited for Sunday and see how it all goes down. Let's see. I'm also putting my face back on Mare's channel because I'm checking my calendar like mad as well. March 7th, a Sunday, where I'm running another Reatama game. I have some players. I'm still looking for other players, but it'll happen. It'll be great. It'll be beautiful. And then, you know, depending on planning and time zones and shit, I'm just gonna put my face all over Graham's channel. Right there. Did we pick a month yet? April. Where I'm gonna be running a whole bunch of indie games for assorted people. We're just gonna call it Indie Month. So stay tuned. Follow my Twitter and see what happens. It's gonna be, most of it's gonna be fun. Some things will only be fun if you like watching me make people cry, which is fun for me. But, you know, it might not be for everyone. I just really like making people cry. So we are going to move on to, Mare just said, my favorite part. Oh, can I pick when Chris said that her favorite moment was watching the ship sink like the Titanic? Because I thought it was hilarious. No, my actual favorite part was already picked because I too enjoyed Welby bringing in Blue Tongue. Because Blue Tongue is my favorite NPC by far. So I'm just gonna stick with that one as well. Oh, other than that, your faces when I told you werewolves were wearing party hats. Epic. Just all over puzzlement. That was just so good. We'll quickly shout out our warm fuzzies who help us do this. Every single
Warm
This is your fault.
fuzzies.
Warm fuzzies.
I mean, at some point I might start
Yeah.
regretting supporting this bullshit, but you know, for now, I'm lying. I love you. We're going to go. We went reverse alphabetical last week, didn't we?
I don't. Yes.
Can you start in the
Alright.
middle and then make your way around?
Oh, that's fine. We'll start
I
with
want you to
Deborah.
pick at random.
Deborah.
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 Oh, do we go up or down? We go down. L Street Gaming.
L Street.
Street.
L.
We love some L Street.
It's really difficult to keep my green card visible. There, in the
Yes.
middle. Keep it in the middle. Christina.
Christina.
Rico.
Rico.
Bel Chavez.
Belchabo.
Chavez, the OG Opa A babe, and he
And in this utterly ridiculous order, last but not least, is Strix.
Strix.
We love
Thank
that
you
movie.
for your support on Patreon.
Mhm.
Please join us again next week to continue watching the Titanic go down.
I hate it.
I love
And
it.
there's only one door.
Hate
Only
it.
one door.
And none of the bulkheads have closed. All right.
Oh.
Goodbye, everybody. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, be good to each other. If you're Dutch, don't fucking riot or I will find your house. And see you next week.
Don't ride or she'll ride.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm.